bad connection. All right, guys, Ben Bergquam out here with Dave Shestokis.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
We are in Utah, heading to where are we going again? Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
Mount
yeah.
Rushmore for the president. South Dakota.
Yeah, we're on our way to South Dakota.
Just want to show you this real quick. Turn around here, a little beautiful town in Colville, Utah, where unfortunately though they do have a communist county board of supervisors that has tried to institute the mask requirement. But the nice thing is Christopher in this little shop over here is not buying it. He's a good kid in there, good guy in there at the whatever this is called, the Sinclair. All right, but that's not why we're here. That's not why I brought you. That's not why we're live right now. Do me a favor and share this video. Where's our lighting? Come, let's turn this way. Turn this way. Turn this way. Turn this way. Keep going. Okay, this is why we came out. This is why we started this live today, because we have a new challenge that is starting on this trip. Patriots going across to see President Trump in Mount Rushmore. Dave, you challenged us yesterday to learn and be able to recite the first 55 words of the Declaration of Independence.
55 words in the Declaration of Independence that amount to the American creed, that actually define who we are as Americans. Everybody says, you hear this phrase all the time, well, that's not who we are as Americans. But nobody gives the definition. The definition is in the Declaration of Independence, and it's in those 55 words that is also known as the American creed.
And why are those so significant? Why is it that, and everyone that's out there watching this, not only you if you're an adult, I worked on it yesterday, I think I got it right now, but your children, why is it so important that everyone in America know this and recite this and share this with other Americans?
Well, the truth is if we knew what the definition of Americans were, and we all understood what it is, and we all were in a position to recite, it would sort of be like a secret handshake, right? It would be a communal understanding. We could go to no matter where we go, whether we're sliced and diced, whatever identities we would have this in common. And that would be the commonality.
And that's really why that's what held America together for so long, was that commonality.
It's the commonality of the understanding of the founding of America. You know, it's very strange. I, of course, speak English, I think, very, very well, and I could go and live in England for 20-some years or whatever and pledge allegiance to the king, but I'd never be British. But if somebody comes here, studies, understands, and learns the principles in America and accepts them as part of their being, they actually can become American. This is the only place in the world that can happen, and the essence of that is in these 55 words. And what we're talking about is we'd like to start a 55-word challenge, challenging everybody in America to learn and be able to recite those 55 words.
And those 55 words are, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal,
that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among those rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That governments are instituted among men to secure those rights, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. If you get that we're all created equal, and you get it defines people, and it defines the purpose of government. It's to secure your rights. It's not to give you things. It's not to. It's to secure your rights, the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And governments exist and they get their just power, their legal authority, from the consent of the governed. It's all right there in those 55 words. Everything that this country is about, everything that's made this country great is right there in those 55 words.
And this is one of those things too, real quick before we go, that you have the left coming out and all this nonsense attacking the foundation of this country, saying America was never great, that we're a racist nation, that we were founded on slavery, that all this stuff. What you were saying yesterday was so impactful, that the history of the world, that 10,000 years prior to the American experiment, was slavery, was bondage, was oppression, was despotism, and America came along and said, we have a new idea. This was revolutionary.
Well, there was a basic premise that people kind of understood and lived by, and that basic premise was that in fact there were some people meant by birth to rule over other people. The concept of all men are created equal laid waste to the principle that had been an accepted principle of all the human existence, that was all of human history prior to July 4th, 1776. So the world was completely different. And since July 4th, 1776, we've had 100 and some odd new nations come into existence that used a similar document to announce their existence to and announce their part of joining the nations of the world.
And that foundation, you need to share this with your friends and your family and people out there. That foundation is what allowed the world, most parts of the world, to end slavery, because we said if there was a cognitive dissonance that's created when we say all men are created equal, and many of the founders wanted to end slavery then, but they wanted to keep the union of the colonies, the 13 colonies, and so but they realized that just by planting that seed, that ultimately slavery would be abolished, and it was abolished. So all these idiots out there trying to tear down America, it's because of America, it's because of that idea of freedom and liberty and equality that most of the world is free. The irony is many of the places that still aren't free are other places around the world, outside of America, that don't have a document like our Constitution.
That don't have a document like the
Declaration of Independence.
Declaration of Independence. And I praise everybody who studies and learns the Constitution, but you can't get the Constitution if you don't grasp the Declaration.
I love that. So this is your challenge, guys out there watching. Genevieve, come over here. This is your challenge, guys, to learn and be able to recite the first 55 words of the Declaration of Independence by the end of today. That's my goal for you.
Oh, yeah.
And us, and to be able to teach that to your children. So this 4th of July, that everyone in your house can be able to, and so the hashtag is 55 words. Hashtag 55 words, share that around, invite everyone you know to join in that, to learn that, to teach your children that, to remind each other. And when you see people out there marching, BLM and Antifa, and these people that are trying to destroy this country, hashtag 55 words, we should all be able to come together on this.
Oh, I got chills.
Challenge them to learn and say the 55 words.
Yeah.
Because if they're asserting that they're Americans as well. That's our definition of America. And that's Jefferson's definition. That's the founding
Challenge
definition.
your friends, your kids, your neighbors.
Everybody.
Yes.
And make a video of yourself.
And tag us in it.
Make a video of yourself. Hashtag 55 words.
That's it. And then where can they find you, Dave?
At Shestokas, Shestokas on Twitter. Dave Shestokas on the Constitution on Facebook. And of course my own website with 200 and some odd articles about our founding documents, shestokas.com.
And how they can get your books.
They can get your books.
My books, Constitution Soundbites, and creating the Declaration of Independence that tells the story of what Jefferson went through to actually draft the document. And both are available on Amazon.
All right.
And I want to give him a shout out. He flew all the way from Chicago to join this trip, to educate us, to educate all of these fine Americans that wanted to go and see our president and celebrate our independence, America's birthday, 4th of July, with our president at Mount Rushmore. So thank you for that.
From 2020.
You're welcome. Hashtag 55 words.
Hashtag 55 words. Send it. Send it, guys. All right. We're on our way. No, we're on our way. We got to go. So we're actually doing a tour across America from California, Southern California, to Mount Rushmore. That we're calling it the bathroom tour across America, because we're stopping about every. It's a 55-word challenge, but it's also about the 55-minute challenge on this trip. That's great, though. It's awesome. So we're going. We're in Utah. We're going to be heading through Wyoming, ultimately in South Dakota. Freedom, liberty, stand up. But that's where it all comes from, the Declaration of Independence. Teach your children. Hashtag 55 words. Let's do it, America. God bless you. Stand up. Take this country back.